Hi everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder if your phone is messing with your mood while you are eating? Well, this new study dives right into that. We're talking about how watching videos while you snack might change how you feel, and if that change is different depending on whether the videos are happy, sad, or just plain boring. So the big question here is pretty simple. Does watching things on a screen while you eat actually change your emotions? And does it matter what kind of videos you are watching? Think about it. We're all doing it, right? Scrolling through social media, watching shows, catching up on news, all while munching on something. But does this digital dining experience actually affect how happy or sad we feel? This study wanted to find out because while we know that food can affect our mood and that videos can affect our mood, nobody really knew what happened when you put them both together. Basically, screen use while eating is just when you are eating and looking at the screen at the same time. It is super common, especially for young adults. Previous research hints that it might make you enjoy your food more. But those studies were often just observing people in their everyday lives. This new study wanted to get more precise and use a lab experiment to really see what is going on. They also wanted to see if the type of video matters. The researchers talked about something called the mood congruency hypothesis. Think of it like this. Your current mood sort of filters what you pay attention to. If you are feeling good, you tend to notice and remember the good stuff more. If you are feeling down, you might be more drawn to sad or negative things. This idea is key to understanding how a happy video might make you feel better when you are eating or how a sad video might change things. So their main goal was to see if screen use during eating changes your emotions, and if the emotion of the video you are watching actually changes or moderates that relationship. They had a hunch that positive videos would boost positive feelings and reduce negative ones, while negative videos would do the opposite. They also guessed that eating more would generally make you feel better. To test this, they gathered a group of university students. Now, they made sure these students were Chinese and didn't have any major mental health or eating issues. And importantly, they asked them to not eat for about 4 hours before the experiment. This is important so that they were testing the effect of eating during the video, not just because they were super hungry. Here is how they did it. They had these students come into the lab, and before they started anything, they measured how they were feeling using something called the Positive and Negative Affect Schedule, or PANAS. This is basically a questionnaire that asks you to rate how much you are feeling things like happy, excited, sad, or anxious. They did this twice, once before the video and snack time, and once after. The students were then randomly put into one of 3 groups. One group watched a happy video, another watched a sad video, and a third watched a neutral video, which was like a documentary. While they watched, they were given a bunch of yummy snacks like cookies and dried meat and told to eat as much as they wanted. After everything was finished, they weighed the leftover snacks to figure out exactly how many calories each person ate. Then they compared the before and after emotion scores to see how people's feelings changed. The videos they chose were pretty specific. The happy one was a clip from a Chinese comedy, the sad one was a tearjerker about a loyal dog, and the neutral one was a documentary about a city. They picked these because previous studies had already shown that these kinds of videos reliably make people feel happy, sad, or neutral. Now, for the cool part, the results. Across the entire group, something interesting happened with negative emotions. No matter what video they watched, whether it was happy, sad, or neutral, people's negative feelings went down after they ate and watched the video. It is like the act of eating and watching something, even something sad, helped to calm down those negative feelings a bit. However, for positive emotions, things were different. The study found that watching videos didn't really move the needle on positive emotions for the whole group. It didn't really make people feel happier or less happy, just that their negative emotions went down. But here is where it gets more nuanced. When they looked at how much people ate, they found that eating more was linked to bigger improvements in positive emotions, but only when people were watching the sad videos. This is kind of surprising, right? You might think sad videos would make you feel worse, and sure, overall positive feelings didn't really change much, but for those who ate more while watching the sad video, they actually saw a boost in their positive feelings. The researchers think this might be because food acts as a way to comfort us, and maybe when we're in a slightly negative state from a sad video, eating helps us actively feel better, compensating for the sadness. But the biggest, most exciting findings came when they looked specifically at the female participants. Remember how we talked about mood congruency? Well, it really showed up here. For women, when they watched a positive video while eating, the more they ate, the more their positive emotions increased. So, happy video plus eating equals more happiness. It is like the happy video and the tasty snacks work together to create a super positive emotional experience. They also found that positive video content strengthened the negative relationship between food intake and negative emotions for women, meaning it helped reduce negative emotions more effectively when they ate and watched happy content. This makes a lot of sense when you think about it. A happy movie can put you in a good mood, and yummy food also makes you feel good. When these two positive things happen together, it is like a double dose of feel-good vibes. The researchers think that when you are watching something happy, you are more likely to focus on the positive, enjoyable aspects of the food too, making the whole experience even better. Interestingly, for women, watching negative videos didn't really boost the food-emotion connection in the same way the positive videos did. While eating did help to reduce negative feelings even during sad videos, it didn't create that amplified positive feeling that happened with the happy videos. The researchers suggest that when you are watching something sad, your attention might be pulled towards the negative, making it harder to fully appreciate the good parts of the food. Now, as with any study, there are some limitations. One big one is that there were way more women than men in this study. This means it is hard to say if men would have experienced the same things. They really only got deep insights into how women's emotions were affected. Also, this was done in a lab, which is controlled, but maybe not exactly how we eat every day. In the real world, we pick our own videos and snacks. In the lab, those choices were made for them. So it's hard to say for sure how this plays out when you have total freedom to choose what you watch and eat. Also, they didn't have a control group that ate without any screen at all. So they can tell us what happens when you eat with a screen and how the video's mood matters, but they can't definitively say if the screen itself is doing something separate from the video's content. So what does this all mean for us? Well, it seems like our emotions and our eating habits are pretty intertwined, especially when screens are involved. The study suggests that it is not just about the fact that you are using a screen while you eat, but more about what you are watching. Watching happy content while you eat seems to amplify positive feelings, especially for women. This fits with the idea that our mood and our experiences can influence each other. While there is a lot of talk about the negative effects of screens during meals, like overeating, this research offers a slightly different angle. It hints that maybe the emotional impact of screen time during meals isn't always bad, and can even be positive depending on the content. For women at least, a lighthearted video might actually make eating a more uplifting experience. The researchers suggest that the type of content might be a more important factor than just the mere presence of a screen. For future research, it would be super interesting to see studies with more equal numbers of men and women, and to look at people in different age groups and cultures. It would also be great to see research done in everyday settings, not just labs, to capture how we really interact with our screens and our food. And of course, having that no-screen eating group would really help us understand the screen's role even better. So next time you're scrolling and snacking, maybe think about the mood of what you are watching. It might be doing more to shape how you feel than you realize. What do you guys think about these findings? Have you noticed your mood changing when you watch certain things while you eat? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into psychology, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the fascinating world of the human mind. See you next time.